live. What's this? Gets a little B-roll. A little B-roll cooking. What'd you think of the intro for the last episode?
Loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah. All of our viewers are going to love it once they discover us.
Nice.
What did you think?
As the creator, I thought it was pretty cool. Welcome back to Absolute Power with Matt and Brian. What's up, Matt?
Not much, Brian. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's finally nice out. Winter is behind us. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Just hanging out, waiting to film the next episode. Excited to be here.
Are you keeping close tabs on topics for the episode?
Yes. Excited to see Sam Bankman-Fried might get out. Excited about that pardon.
Do you? I've been thinking a lot about how you would even go about like getting a pardon, and really like if pardons are kind of like always on the table, you can see why Hunter Biden did what he did, right? Because it's like I'm always getting out.
Yeah. So are you saying that like if you knew you could get a pardon, you'd be like holding guns to prostitutes' heads and filming it?
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
If there were blanket pardons on the table, yeah, I mean, who wouldn't lose their mind?
Fair enough. You'd be smoking crack.
I don't think there's a pardon in the world that would get me to smoke crack. That might be where I draw the line.
That's so far from where he drew the line.
That's where the line is very far behind.
That's where it starts for him.
Yeah. It's like there were clubs in DC that used to say that he would come and like smoke crack in the club, I think.
Yeah, and it's like, pardon or no pardon, I don't want to go to a club and smoke crack.
Yeah, the crack. I mean, I think there's nothing. No matter how rich and powerful you are, the crackhead.
It's bad luck.
Being a crackhead's law.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't need any crack.
I read this morning about Dennis Quaid. You know how he was like really addicted to drugs in the 80s?
No, but I believe it.
You know who he is.
Yeah.
His son just released a movie. His son's like a young actor, but he was quoted saying that in Great Balls of Fire he plays a piano, and so he learned how to play it for real. He had like 12 months to learn, and I think when they asked him about it, he was like, "Well, when you're like on cocaine all day, it's a lot easier to play the piano for hours," and that was his like secret. He said he didn't encourage it, but that when he was growing up, people just viewed cocaine differently in the 60s and 70s.
So if you had a high quality 80s celebrity cocaine, impossible to get nowadays, but if you had it, how fast do you think you could learn piano?
With nothing else to do?
Nothing else to do. As much time as you want to spend.
I think we're talking hours.
Hours?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say 2 weeks.
100 hours.
100 hours.
It's one big week. But yeah, probably
4 nonstop days.
A couple weeks. Yeah, just lock your door.
Yeah, I can't do that stuff with my fingers. I think it might take me like, I don't know, maybe as many as 200 hours.
We've got a piano here that we've been slowly learning how to play. We use an app that it listens and it tries to teaches you the chords, and it's like trading wheels. But I think the biggest thing is like you realize that your hands, you don't have that much dexterity in your fingers until you actually try to play the piano.
Can you do chopsticks? What's your level?
No, not even that. I don't think I'm not starting with the classical ones. I started with Still Dre.
Okay.
Trying to learn that piano, intro, and I started recreating it on GarageBand.
You're more of a DJ than a piano player.
For now. Yeah. Entering my composer phase.
Speaking of composers, Kanye's got a new song out with Diddy.
Is it actually out?
I thought it was out. I don't know.
I heard that he was releasing bits and pieces of it over X.
You don't hear songs released in pieces that often.
I think he's teasing them.
Yeah, do you, like, and Kim is trademarking her daughter's name, which is North. Seems like a tough one.
Northwest or just North?
Well, Northwest also a tough thing to trademark.
True. I don't think she's not, I don't think she's super excited about the Diddy track.
Do you think Kanye, this is all part of a master plan, and he's gonna, it's like when Joaquin Phoenix pretended to be crazy a few years back, like 6 months from now, Kanye is gonna release some like crazy documentary about his plan to trick everyone into thinking he was a Nazi. Is there a master plan, or is he insane?
No, I think it's real.
You think it's real?
I think he's trying to make Nazis cool. It kind of seems that way.
Do you think he's succeeding?
I guess we'd have to look at the Shopify numbers. How many shirts did he sell? I think he's trying to normalize people wearing swastikas.
That's a tall order.
You think it's possible?
Not in New York.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't make it one block in New York with a swastika.
He's got to relaunch his career in India.
Yeah, it's a beautiful symbol of peace over there, right here.
He's got to bring them back there, or not bring them back. He's got to co-opt them and bring it back here. I think. Not advice for Kanye. I'm just saying.
Maybe you should offer Kanye some advice. You could be an advisor.
I don't know. A lot of the people that he hires to advisors, I think, end up not getting paid. I think they end up fighting with him over unpaid wages.
I feel like you could steal from him. He can't be paying that close attention.
I don't think he has that much money. I don't know how liquid his assets are, is the thing. I don't think, because he's lost all, I think he was a billionaire, but then he lost all those sponsorship deals. And then I don't know if he has a record deal. I don't know how he gets paid for his music, if he does.
If you were a billionaire and they took your $1 billion away from you, do you think you would be like maybe buying the T-shirt?
If they took it away from me, I don't know if I'd be wearing the T-shirt,
but would you buy it and like just have it
as a silent support?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Good.
He's got to make.
That's the right answer.
He's got to make some more bangers, I think.
He has a history of making bangers.
That's true.
Can't rule it out.
I also saw his daughter was on a different music video a few weeks ago. My nephew showed me this rapper who he just like raps nonsense. His name is Yuno Miles.
Okay.
I think he started off on a quest to be the worst rapper alive. And his views regularly get like millions of views online.
Is he like a kid?
He's probably like early 20s, like late teens. And let's see, you want to pull one up?
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see if we can get one pulled up. Yeah, he's I think, well, I mean, enough that Kanye's kids listen to him.
Does Kanye have other kids, or it's just Northwest with Kim?
No, they have 4 kids.
They have 4 kids?
Yeah.
Damn.
Let's get some live audio in here. Okay.
Martin Luther, a dooba dooba dabba had a dream. Martin Luther, a dooba dabba had a dream. Bitch, you know what the fuck I dooba dabba mean. Bitch, Martin Luther, a dooba had a dream. Martin Luther, a dooba had a dream. Hey, bitch, you know that's what I mean. Hey, Martin Luther King. Feel like Martin Luther, a dooba king. Bitch, I'm about to go and have a dream. I told that bitch I can't fly, bitch, I ain't got no wings. She was like, yes, you do. I said I ain't got no wings. And she was like, I can see you right now. I said, girl, I ain't seen. She was like, you got a nice car. I said, girl, I'm riding mean. She was like, no, you not. I told her that it don't matter because I'm. Shut up, bro. Hit the barber. Martin Luther, a dooba.
I think this is the one. Yeah, 5 million.
He deserves it. That's great.
Shout out Martin Luther King. That nigga had a dream. Fuck do you mean? That nigga had a dream. Martin Luther King. Hey, Martin Luther King, shout out to Big Bro. If it wasn't for Big Bro, I wouldn't be rapping though. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be here rapping this shit, trapping this shit, stealing shit for my family and shit. Can't forget about Malcolm X and Rosa Parks. I feel like we made it out the park, but it don't matter because of Martin Luther King. That nigga had a dream.
I like this.
I like that guy a lot.
Yeah, this he's making, I think, serious cash.
Find a pet-friendly Italian restaurant with outdoor seating nearby.
1 million subscribers.
You don't stop and look around, you could miss it.
Yes.
I'm not paying.
Hey, yeah, you know I do it big. Man, I do it big like ice in the head. Damn. Fire your fucking barber. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Fire your barber. If your barber really was your friend, that nigga hating on you. Fire your barber. That nigga had left your shit looking black and yellow. Kai, he fucked your haircut up, he left your shit black and yellow. Dang. It looked like that nigga cut your hair with some with a stapler. It looked like he cut your hair with a water bottle cap. How the fuck? His ass indeed. It looked like he cut your hair with a used SUV 2016. What? It looked like that nigga used a blender. That nigga used a blender. Hey, this not no motherfucking diss. This to me saying fire barber, please, Kai. Hey, yeah, black and yellow. Dang. It looked like that nigga cut your hair with some banana pudding. Oh, what the fuck? It looked like he cut your hair with some apple cider. Hey, it looked like he cut your hair with a Buzz Lightyear action figure. Hey, yeah, you know I do it big. Man, I do it big like ice in the head. Damn.
You gotta give him credit.
Who is Kai Cenat?
He's a Twitch streamer. He's a Twitch streamer that is
should fire his barber.
I think fires barber, yeah, but he's been doing stuff for years, and he's the guy that started like a riot in in Union Square when he was giving away PS5s.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, so I think he's very, very popular Twitch streamer.
Maybe we should do that.
Stream on Twitch?
No, give away PS5s in Union Square.
Just
to start a riot,
just to get video?
Yeah,
to blow up the YouTube channel. Yeah, I guess like the upfront investment, and then. Is it like Mr. Beast style? Like go around and just give PS5s to strangers?
I think we would make them more like a Beast Games kind of situation.
Compete for the PS5. Yeah. We could put up like signs in Union Square, like meet this day.
Maybe like an PS5 obstacle course.
Yeah. I don't know. We could get those like inflatable rats that they use for anti-union.
I know a girl who does that. Like that's her job, is organizing the rats.
You think do they rent the rats out for?
Now the union owns them. They have like, apparently there's like 40 different types of rats depending on what
There's
the company.
termites?
There's all sorts of different rats, like the color, and like there's a Santa Claus rat. I just learned about this.
I didn't realize there's a Santa Claus. Why did they decorate them?
Because it's the holidays.
Just to stand out.
Yeah. So I could definitely line up a rat if I need to.
It'd be fun to do some inflatable rat content.
All right, I'm on it. I had lunch with my rat guy yesterday.
Yeah. Get in touch with your rat people. Speaking of rats, do you think this war chat signal is there's gonna be any fallout?
It seems like no, but there probably should be.
Should we discuss war plans over Signal? Should we move our communications to Signal?
I don't know. Like, I know people who are like, oh yeah, like Telegram, Signal, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a terrorist or planning a war or something. The drugs are legal now. I have no use for this.
For Signal?
Yeah.
For encrypted communication?
And you'd think the, like, Department of Defense would have a better option.
I use Signal to talk to some old coworkers. I think we just started a group there years ago, and that's literally the only thing I use it for.
Yeah, now they have pretty good group chats and text, though. You don't really need it
Yeah.
like that anymore.
Non-encrypted, though.
Who gives a shit? I'm not a terrorist.
What if what if the government wants to investigate you, and then they just have access to your trove of messages?
That's totally fine. You can't stop.
I think using Signal for like literally discussing when they're going to drop bombs on the Houthis does seem kind of crazy. But is it just part of modern life?
Like, look, I'm not involved in high-level war planning, not yet. But as I said, you'd think that they would have some sort of like special system for communications about like active war plans.
So, okay.
And also, like, you'd think at least they would have an app where there's steps in place to not message the editor of The Atlantic.
So while we're talking about Signal and possible pardons, like, if you are committing crimes or maybe doing crime-adjacent activities, if your stuff is on Signal, I don't think they can read it. So that would be one reason. Like if you're conducting criminal activities or planning bombs, dropping bombs.
But I'm not. Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, I think the idea that there's like a group thread, a group text out there that is like, all the heads of dropping bombs, and they're like sending emojis to each other, and just like an American flag and like a fist is pretty funny.
It's very funny. It's all very funny, but they should probably get fired.
They won't though.
No, it is also like,
it's only bad when Hillary Clinton does it.
It's so relatable, right? Like, you've texted the wrong person.
Yeah.
Not to that effect, but like, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's just too easy to include the head of the Atlantic on my group. That's why I'm always very careful.
Right.
But yeah, it does seem very sloppy, but I feel like they're just going to try to brush it under the rug.
Yeah, one time I messaged one guy named Sam making fun of another guy named Sam, but I messaged the guy I was making fun of.
Did he know?
Oh, yeah. We're not friends anymore.
What was the fallout of that?
Our friendship ended.
That was it?
Pretty much.
Wow.
So, like, I do feel for these guys.
What did you say?
He had gotten really fat. And I was like, I can't believe how fat this guy got, or something to that effect.
To that guy.
To that guy.
What do you think his weight is at now?
I haven't seen him in years. I hope it's less.
That's one way to lose a friendship, yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. Who needs a friend that fat, though?
How soon after you hit send?
Immediately.
You were like, no.
Yeah, immediately.
Is there an unsent?
Not at the time.
Not in text, I don't think there is still. Is there?
I think there is in iPhone messages.
I'm always paranoid of doing that over email.
I've definitely recalled a few emails in my time, but that's usually just like a dumb typo I wanted no one to see.
Yeah.
Never like shared secret information in an email. So I'm more professional than, our defense structure.
I just read Hatching Twitter. Have you read that?
No.
It's a book about the founding of Twitter.
Mm.
And there was a lot of drama at Twitter in the early days. I guess like it was growing so fast. This is like 2008, 9, 10, like growing so fast. Facebook is trying to buy it. Like there's a lot of celebrities on it, and they were trying to fire Jack Dorsey. And it was like one of the founders, Eve Williams, and Jack Dorsey, and they hated each other. Mm-hmm. And so Eve Williams Ev was trying to orchestrate the ouster of Jack Dorsey as CEO, and they're all like in agreement, and then over email they kind of agree to like, all right, we're going to transition him out. And in one of the emails, one of the investors replied all saying like, whatever happens to Jack next is basically Ev's decision, like what he can tolerate. And he hit reply all, and then immediately was like, fuck. That's not, and then and he started texting everybody, including Jack, like, hey, we should talk. But it was basically like, yeah, we're going to oust this guy, and then we'll let somebody else decide what happens to him. And the whole thing kind of like came unraveled because of the email. Like it got out prematurely, and it gave, I think,
these things happen.
Yeah,
you should still you get fired for that though. Like it could happen to anyone, but it happened to you, so you get fired
for the reply all. Yeah. Yeah, have you ever participated in jury duty?
No.
Have you ever been in any cases or anything where you like read people's personal emails?
No.
I was talking to somebody the other day who was saying that they served on a jury and they were reading, just like reading through tons of people's emails, and she was saying that people were being like really catty on emails and passive aggressive, and then they ended up declaring the person guilty. But we were talking about just how when people read your emails out of context, or like if you imagine your emails being read in a courtroom or text,
super mundane. I've got nothing to hide.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
You don't have any incriminating emails?
I really don't think so. What are your incriminating emails about?
I don't think I have any. I think in general, because I worry that somebody will read them in court, I try not to leave any written evidence. That's my general rule of thumb.
In college, we had some finance guy come talk to the econ department, and one of his pieces of advice was to never put anything in writing, only do business on the phone. It's like, that's crazy advice for a bunch of 19-year-olds.
What was his background?
He was like a big finance guy. I forget, like hedge funds or something like that.
What was his like talk about?
All I remember was his advice to not put anything in writing.
Just ever?
It's like for business, yeah. Like he didn't send emails.
Interesting. You think that's why this president that you were telling me that wants to speak to you wanted to do it in person versus over email?
I really have no idea what that's about. We'll see. We can report back.
If anything suspicious comes to the meeting.
If I'm kidnapped.
Yeah. Send me and you can send an
email
to the pod.
I'll send the bat signal, the lightning bolts.
To let me know to do the pod by myself next week?
Mm-hmm. Bring in a guest.
Should we bring in a guest?
Yeah. I don't know. Who can we get?
put out some feelers while the producers reach out to some possible guests. It'd be cool to interview somebody who was pardoned.
That would be cool.
Interview a convicted criminal walking free amongst us.
I mean, we went to private school. Surely someone we know knows someone who's been pardoned.
One of our friends went to high school with the Firefest guys.
Were they pardoned? I thought he just did his time.
No, he did his time. I think he's doing another festival now.
Yeah.
He's from Jersey.
I wouldn't go to that.
Were you tempted to go to the first one?
No.
It was pretty hilarious to watch how bad it all unraveled.
It was Ja Rule, right? He was the guy.
He was
I do like Ja Rule, but not enough to fly to the Bahamas for.
What's Ja doing now?
I don't know.
Does he have a crypto?
He had that big song with Ashanti, right? Like, I don't know if that's paying the bills though.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of royalties he's seeing on that.
I'll listen to some Ja on the way home.
On a related note, though, Irv Gotti, R.I.P.
What happened to him?
He died a few weeks ago.
How? Murder?
That would be a funny way to go, but no. If the CEO of Murder Inc. was murdered, I think he died of heart complications.
That's boring.
A lot of these 90s rappers,
they did a lot of heavy drugs.
What do you think they were doing?
I think they were like smoking crack, doing cocaine.
Crack?
Yeah.
You think that's what got Havoc?
I think it's a real possibility. I don't know. Like, why? Like, rich people are supposed to be able to live a really long time.
Yeah.
Not be dying in, like, their 60s or whatever.
Did you watch the Jordan Last Dance documentary series?
Yeah.
That I think he talks about in his first season in Chicago, that he walked into like another player's hotel room at the beginning of the season, and I think the what he says is like, yeah, he walked in and like immediately walked out, but it was just like, yeah, guys in there like smoking and drinking like during the season. And
yeah,
this is why we suck.
Yeah,
but I think at that time, yeah, have you heard of when Ron Artest talks about drinking Hennessy at halftime during games?
That's awesome.
You know Ron Artest?
Yeah.
That's probably
Meta World Peace.
That's probably why he was out there slugging fans during the Malice at the Palace.
Yeah, do what you got to do.
Drinking Hennessy during the
Hennessy's gross too.
Too
strong.
Have you ever had an Incredible Hulk?
No.
It's when you mix Hypnotic and Hennessy and it turns green.
Is it good?
I had it when I was like 16. It's a long time.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. I haven't had one. Maybe next pod we can try some Hennessy and Hypnotic.
If we're gonna have to pick up some Hennessy and some Hypnotic for that.
Do they still make Hypnotic?
I don't know what Hypnotic is.
It was like it's like a blue.
It's with a Q, right?
Yeah, you know. Big like 90s rapper, yeah, Hypnotic. HPNOTIQ. Native to New York, but bottled in France, of all places. Made from fruit juices and vodka and cognac. It's 34 proof.
Created on Long Island.
Wow. He was living with his parents, Raphael Jacobi. After he saw blue perfume at Bloomingdale's, he decided to create a blue liqueur.
I thought all perfume was see-through. I guess that's what people thought about liquor, too, until the Hypnotic guy came around.
Oh, here we go. The big break came when hip-hop impresario Sean Diddy Combs agreed to sell the drink at his restaurant chain, Justin's, in New York. And then it was in a lot of music videos. Kanye, R. Kelly, Ludacris, Missy, Jay-Z, Lil Kim, Fabulous. Oh, here we go. A cocktail called Incredible Hulk, whose color was reminiscent of the comic book hero, was made at Combs' Justin's restaurant.
I've never heard of this Justin's.
Yeah, I've never heard of it either.
Must not have been around by the time we were going to restaurants.
No, they like all those rappers randomly had a lot of like restaurants and nightclubs in New York for a while. Like Jay-Z, I think, had the 40/40 club.
Yeah.
I feel like Diddy, he had Justin's. A lot of like part ownership of these nightclubs.
Yeah. I'd like to be a part owner of a nightclub. Have an office. And like the music's pumping, but you call people in to do some business.
Yeah.
Kind of like Tony on The Sopranos.
At the Bada Bing?
No, I'm thinking more about like Adriana's club.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But also the Bada Bing could be cool. That's more of a hangout.
Yeah. I was thinking about this the other day, that it would be cool if you didn't have to worry about turning a profit or living off of it. Because then it's just a place to hang out.
Yeah,
a restaurant.
It's just like a professional party.
Right, where you just get treated like royalty all the time because you own the place.
I think that's why all these the rappers were down with this idea.
But I think if you're trying to sort of make a business out of it, it's a very poor investment.
Yeah, I mean, some people make it work. Could be us.
It could be us, that's true. We're the exception. What would you call your restaurant?
Matt's. Nice and simple.
Matt's.
Yeah.
What would the specials be?
Would be seasonal.
Yeah.
It would be rotating.
Okay.
Some nice local vegetables, maybe. I don't eat vegetables, but I feel like, it's a good...
Your guest might.
My guests might. I'll probably want some options.
Have you ever heard of that chain of restaurants called Dick's, where they're intentionally rude to you?
I've seen videos of this.
I think they have one in New York. They might have rebranded. But the premise of the restaurant is that they come in and they're like extremely rude to you.
It seems like
that's like what you're paying.
Really, like just the dumbest tourists from like places where they don't have mean people.
Yeah.
But like, no.
I want a real New York experience where somebody's fucking rude to me.
Have fun. I'm good. I have, good enough odds of having a rude waiter just going out. Like, I don't need to seek it out.
If you're in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, or Williamsburg, Bushwick, chances are high your waiter's going to be rude.
Yeah, because in other places, people are happy to be waiters. It's like every waiter in Williamsburg is like, if I have to be a waiter for much longer, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah, you can't really blame
artistes.
Yeah, tortured artists.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be my waiter either.
No, I don't think so. In this economy?
No.
Is the economy bad?
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah. Well, I guess you're out on the front lines. Yeah, what are you seeing?
Not a lot of jobs opening up, and like the stock market's doing really bad.
The stock market is not looking good, folks.
It's looking so bad.
How are your accounts? How's your portfolio?
Bad. Way down.
Rough shape, yeah.
Yeah, it's down like 15% this year.
Yeah, the Trump bump faded pretty aggressively, right?
It just disappeared.
The Tesla, it's underwater.
I don't have any Tesla, but they're in big trouble. Look, no one on this podcast besides Brian is a big Tesla fan, or a big Musk fan. But like, you got a feel for people who like bought a Tesla like 3 years ago, and now their car is getting like a swastika drawn on it. Like, they were innocent. No one knew this was going to happen.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm not an Elon Musk fan.
Sure. Super fan. Excuse me.
But it does feel like... It's weird to think that a few years ago, all the people buying Teslas were in San Francisco and California and LA. Like they were all like liberals.
Yeah.
And I remember when people were like, EVs, like, no, I'm never going to drive an EV. Like, I want to drive a truck. And just people who were, like, really anti. And it's weird to watch him torch all the people that helped him build his business for people who aren't going to buy his ugly trucks.
I do. I know it's it's
you like the truck?
low hanging fruit. Everyone likes to make fun of the truck. I like the truck.
You like the truck? Did you see that they just got recalled?
Bad glue.
They put the bad glue. They didn't use the right horses to make that glue.
How many are they getting recalled? Or
Yeah, they're getting recalled.
So what has to be fixed? Pull it up.
Let's see. Nearly all Cybertrucks have been recalled because they used the wrong glue. The panels could detach from trucks while driving.
That would be crazy if one of those giant panels flew off.
If it just shed a door?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
Not if you were driving behind it.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, it can't be fixed as software. They have to go into a service center. Manufactured as recently as February 2025.
So they just figured this out.
I guess so. I did read the Elon Musk biography. I don't know if we talked about this on the pod a couple weeks ago, but I think like he seems definitely like insane, but from what you read in the book, I think Walter Isaacson says that he thinks he's addicted to stress, and he often pushes the companies to do these like surges where they just work like 100 hours a week and sleep in the office and stuff, because he makes some insane promise like cars are going to be autonomous, like self-driving in 2 years, and we're going to make it happen. And I think he said that in like 2016. So it seems like this Doge thing kind of fits the case for that.
It's high stress,
where he's like sleeping in these government buildings and firing all these people. But I feel like he's going to crack. I feel like something's got to give. He was on Fox News this week, crying about people being mean to Tesla.
What do you think the future looks like for him? Like, does he just fade away after Trump leaves office and he does Doge full 4 years? Does he go back to running Tesla? Does he still want to be a celebrity?
I don't think he's going to stick around for 4 years, but I feel like he's in the middle of just like a massive pivot away from like more towards. I read this week that he owns more of SpaceX than he does of Tesla, and so that like Tesla is just no longer his biggest asset anyway. So if there are like short term falls in the stock or anything,
he doesn't care.
He doesn't really care that much. It doesn't affect him that much, and they're kind of pivoting into robots. Like Tesla's trying to pivot into like a robo fleet and humanoid robots. That's like their new pitch to Wall Street, and so like that's how they're going to try to keep the stock up. Because if you look at their actual financials, their sales are falling all over the place. Like people really, really don't like all the shit going on with the government, and then this Chinese company BYD is kind of eating their lunch on like affordable EVs. They also charge much faster, the BYD ones.
It takes like all night to charge a Tesla, right?
It takes a while, yeah, depending on your connection. And these Chinese, the BYD cars, they're supposed to charge in minutes, like 10 minutes. So I don't know. We had a hybrid car that took like 10 hours to charge, and then the charge would last like 20 minutes. So
it was useless.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hybrid in name only. It didn't really actually do, like, you couldn't really drive that far in electric. Teslas are obviously different, but I can't see, like, I wouldn't buy a Tesla right now, right? Because, like, I don't want people doing shit to it.
Yeah. And it's another one of those things, like, I don't want people to think if you buy it now, it seems like you're doing it to support it.
To support them, yeah. Which unfortunately you can't really divorce them. But so the interview with Fox News this week, I think, is about trying to soften the Doge image so that he doesn't seem so heartless, because the stuff that he's been tweeting about like deleting agencies and calling all the federal employees like criminals shocking it's hurting the stock.
Yeah,
it's bad for the stock, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to cry too much if Elon loses some money, but I do feel bad for the people getting their cars vandalized. Dealerships getting blown up, bad, but like people are going to do crazy stuff.
I really wish that people would stop, like, threatening to bomb dealerships and set them on fire and stuff. Just because it just creates, I think, an easy narrative to call anybody who doesn't like Elon Musk or Tesla a lunatic. Because that's what they do. They're just like, these lunatics are trying to destroy our business, and I think it creates an opening for them to say, like, look, these people hate us, and I don't know why, when you do know why, but it's just easy to villainize people when they destroy stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So maybe we should postpone our firebombing of the Tesla dealership until at least Q3.
Maybe we should do our PS5 giveaway at a Tesla dealership, and like what happens, but it's not really on us.
I see. Yeah, I like that. We're just here giving away PlayStations.
Yeah.
What the fans
and
did.
if our fans start like, throwing Molotov cocktails, like, we didn't tell them to do that. We just love PS5.
We just brought unlit Molotov cocktails.
Yeah, I've never played PS5, but I hear it's pretty cool.
Have you ever seen anybody throw a Molotov cocktail in person?
No, but a bunch of them did get thrown like right on my block in 2020 during those riots.
Really?
Yeah.
What
there was
happened?
a burned out cop car like a block away from me for like a year, just parked on the street.
Was that the cop car where those two lawyers got arrested? Like
That was a different cop car, but that was also like right down the block.
That was
from
close
me.
to you?
Yeah.
I knew some people who knew one of those lawyers. Didn't turn out well for them.
Are they in jail?
I think they got out, but
Not lawyers anymore.
they're definitely not lawyers anymore, and they were hit with pretty serious like domestic terrorism charges. I remember I listened to a couple of the hearings, and they were treating them like they were fucking out to destroy. Like the laws that were being invoked were full on 9/11 terrorism.
Just driving around with a car full of explosives is a bad look.
It's not a good look.
I've never done it.
So one of the arguments that they made was, like, their defense were like, these are law-abiding citizens. They've never done anything like this. Like, they've got a clean record to show it, like, et cetera, et cetera. And then the argument that the prosecutors were making were that all might be true, but this event is a crossing the Rubicon event. And if you're willing to do this, you're a menace to society and have to be locked away. And, like, you're not the same person that you were before. They were basically like, these people snapped, and they're dangerous criminals.
Yeah, it was a crazy time.
That's what happens when you light. What are the ingredients of a Molotov cocktail for educational purposes?
I think it's just gasoline.
It's gasoline?
I think so, yeah.
So you pour gasoline into just a glass bottle.
Yeah.
You put...
Like a rag or something.
Toilet paper? No, it's too...
No, I think it has to be like cotton or something that'll... Again, I don't know. I don't know if we should be giving instructions on this online.
I'm just repeating what ChatGPT said to me.
I've never given it much thought. But it is cool to see in movies.
But if you were to give it a thought, yeah.
If I were to give it a thought, I wouldn't pod about it.
True.
Or a different kind of pod, for sure.
Anarchist pod?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I've heard they should have thrown a Molotov cocktail at.
What's that?
It's the Snow White movie.
Ah.
Have you heard about how bad this shit is?
Yeah, like, I think I talked about this a few weeks ago. I don't know who wants to watch these live-action Disney movies.
No.
Just give us the cartoons.
Here, there's I got a clip of people allegedly saying that Gal Gadot sounds like Scooby Doo in the Snow White
Let's
movie.
hear it.
Let's check it out. All right, let me flip the camera. Okay, let's try. Okay, and.
Are you against me too? Are you? Yes or no? Are you against me too? Are you? Yes or no?
It kind of does sound that way. Getting dragged for sounding like Scooby-Doo in the Snow White movie.
Are you against me too? Are you? Yes or no?
Yeah, are you?
Are you a little bit?
I like, what is Gal? She's Wonder Woman, right? And then she's the bad queen. She loves Israel as much as Rachel Ziegler hates it, maybe more.
Perhaps, yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of these celebrities, like, I just don't know what they're famous for at this point. I'm not that looped in.
I read something the other day that they were like, she plays the same character in every movie.
Just like kind of the bad bitch.
Kind of. I think it might be like her accent. Like her act is, yeah, because it's like that Israeli.
Yeah, kind of
accent.
scary.
Like when she was Wonder Woman, it didn't feel like, it felt like an Israeli woman playing Wonder Woman. It's, yeah, I think the accent always makes it so that it's hard to really pick her out.
But she's already had a good career. Do you think that Rachel Ziegler is done?
How old is she? She's like 21 or something?
She's pretty young.
She's really young. I don't, yeah, I don't really know anything about her. She seems kind of dumb, to be honest. Just like they're kind of like, I guess she's younger than us, but like when Selena Gomez was like also posting a few weeks ago about all these people getting deported, and she was like just posting videos of her crying, and I just like, it does make you think like these people are kind of like
Stupid.
So like stupid or like sick in the head that I don't really know what they think they're going to accomplish with crying on Instagram, because people are like, it's a weird look where you're like, she's crying about like people being deported, and people are like, you're a billionaire, like why don't you let all these people
She's
live
a
in your
billionaire?
house? Selena Gomez, yeah.
From what?
Cosmetics, I think.
Ah.
That's the if we really want to make some money, we got to drop a skincare line.
I don't know if we're the guys, dog.
Dude, I think we could drop the skincare line.
Okay.
We gotta make skincare cool for guys.
All right. Let's get some like creams.
It's got like you know. I think a lot of it's like the packaging.
Okay.
We gotta put it in like manly bottles.
The Absolute Power facial.
The Absolute Power facial. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. We could offer that as a consolation prize if you don't get the PS5.
Maybe one of those masks people put on.
Those blackface masks.
Oh, well, yeah. That wasn't what I was thinking,
With the
but like,
Absolute
sure.
Power logo?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. It's provocative.
Sell
We
on
could get that
Kanye's site.
We could get that on Kanye's site, yeah. We could get private equity to buy it. They're buying everything.
I'll sell it to private equity right now. Whatever they want to buy, I'll sell it.
You know what I saw an ad for this week that I didn't realize these people are still around, still like growing, I guess, is Chubbies. You remember Chubbies?
I do remember
They're doing
Chubbies.
podcast ads now.
I saw this myself.
Yeah.
Chubbies, love them. Would love to have them on as a sponsor. Very low quality shorts, in my experience.
When was the last time you bought a pair of Chubbies?
College. It's 10 years ago. The crotch always, it would break. And I'm not breaking the crotch on a lot of different pairs of pants. But this was like, I had 2 pairs of Chubbies and both of them broke.
Same
spot.
space?
Same exact spot.
I was going to ask you how deep your Chubbies wardrobe went.
And it's 2.
2?
They were expensive back then, but I felt left out when I didn't have any.
They were like $60 for 4-inch inseam. You would think that with less material it would be cheaper.
And it's gonna fall apart.
Yeah.
So,
I think at my peak I had like 5 or 6. I still have 1. But
I don't have any. Do you ever wear your 1 pair?
Just like hanging out at home.
What color?
They're the gingham ones, pink and white.
I had the yellow ones. I forget what the second pair was. Maybe American flag.
The yellow one, the American flag ones.
I like American flag stuff.
It's crazy they made tuxedo Chubbies.
It's just for fraternity formal. Who Colin did that? Our friend.
That, yeah.
Terrible look. Don't approve.
They've got a lot. I think they've got a lot more stuff. They got stuff for women, like T-shirts. I think they're a full brand now.
I wish them well. They should come on as a sponsor.
Yeah.
Maybe send us an example of how they have like a superior inseam nowadays.
True. Yeah. Show us your inseam.
They had great marketing for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe they've still been marketing to college students the whole time and
I
just
think
weren't
so.
there.
It kind of. Yeah, I think the biggest like aha moment for me was that it was like, oh, they had never left college. I did,
Yeah.
but they didn't, and they're just like continuing to milk the college market, the college frat guy market.
They want to show off their thighs.
Yeah, that's the definite target demo. What else? What else has been going on? The Celtics were sold.
Also private equity.
The guy that bought it, I think he's a majority owner. I don't think he bought it alone, but I saw some reports about how people were surprised how little internet presence this guy had. People were like, I've never really heard of this guy. Like, I don't know where he got all this money, but it's like run companies you've never heard of. I think it's from San Francisco. And then there's a private equity investment in that, because private equity is actually investing a lot more in sports now. Like the NFL just passed a rule that they can own up to 10% of the franchise, I think. I know that there's like some, I think maybe United Arab Emirates, like Sovereign Wealth Fund, is invested in some NBA team. So private equity is coming for all the sports. There are rumors that the Live Golf.
Yeah.
That the Saudis are thinking about trying to do a Live Golf, but for the NBA.
It's like international games.
International to rival the NBA.
That honestly sounds like it might be better.
That'd be cool, yeah. If there were teams all over the world.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see them shake it up.
Yeah.
Don't love that it would be the Saudis, but yeah.
Dude, whatever. Saudis have a ton of money if they want to spend it on cool stuff.
If they want to advertise on the pod.
Like World Cup of basketball that's always going on. Yeah, the Saudis are more than welcome on Absolute Power.
And yeah, Saudis, if you want to come.
If we have a Saudi who's been pardoned, we'd love to hear from you. Reach out. Reach out to our producer.
Get on the pod. What else? What do you got coming up?
What do I got coming up? Nothing. I was supposed to go to a wedding or a bachelor party next week, but the wedding got postponed indefinitely.
Oh, I see.
So I do have to still move that flight. I got to do that like today.
Are you gonna lose some money on that?
Well, I'm gonna lose some miles I used. Yeah. I think I can still move it.
Are you going to charge those to the ex-groom? You fire off a Venmo request for those miles?
Maybe.
Should we do a Venmo for miles? Can you do
that? You can trade miles. You can send miles to other people, I know.
Yeah, I've done that before. But like Venmo style?
Probably not. Maybe like in the Delta app.
Yeah.
I would never send my miles to someone else.
Where was the expansion?
Well, that's why I'm not that upset. It was going to be in Asheville. It's like, I don't want to go to Asheville before it all got washed away. Yeah. So now, whatever. I'm going to miss it.
I went to Asheville for like a mini college reunion, maybe like 6-7 years ago. And it was okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to go to a place where people are like so thankful that I'm there. I'm good. Like, I'm sorry your town got flooded, but I would like to go to maybe Florida. Maybe somewhere, maybe Vegas.
Vegas, Nashville.
Yeah. Even keep it in the South. Let's go to Charleston. Let's go to the beach.
Yeah, the Asheville hang can be a little sleepy.
Dude, like, we're just going to go on a hike and then to a brewery. And guess what? There's a brewery everywhere. Literally everywhere. I don't need to get on a plane to go to a brewery.
Yeah. Not in, yeah, it's in Asheville.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're freed up
I'm freed up. Wide open.
for our PS5 giveaway.
Yeah.
Drop a comment on the show if you want to participate in, in the PS5 giveaway.
Maybe an Xbox 2.
Should we? Yeah. You watch the Mets this year?
I think. Well, that's one thing I've been thinking about now that I'm. My schedule is so open. Maybe I'll become a Mets fan.
They're playing today.
I
They're
know.
1-1. All right, baby. Still. Yeah.
I had to figure out who my new favorite player is. First, I'm going to watch a game.
Juan Soto.
Maybe. He seems too easy.
Yeah, he's. I mean, hopefully he doesn't flame out. We're paying 15 years, for $300 million.
It'd be so. Maybe we should get really good at baseball.
You think there's still too late?
I don't know.
We could always follow the Dominican Republic playbook. We just tell them we're actually 10 years younger than we are.
I think that might hurt us. We'd be kind of a novelty if we do it at our age.
Did you follow when Miguel Tejada, when they caught him with that?
It was like, it's awesome.
Then
Lie. I support it.
He was just like 3 or 4 years older than what he said he was.
He wanted to play baseball. Like, if you're good enough to play, like, who cares how old you are?
I think the people paying you might feel differently, but yeah.
I'm not paying. I would support Tejada. You're welcome on the show anytime, Miguel.
Yeah. If you've got any interest in the pod, Miguel, or if you were pardoned, I can't speak to your legal issues, but yeah, open call for anybody who has been pardoned, served time, convicted of a crime,
or is from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Have a good week, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Catch you next time.
Come over to say hi.
Leave it rolling for a few.
What are you doing?